Hey gents, how's it going today? My name's David Franklin. First things first, just really quick getting it out of the way. If you're a long-time watcher of the show is keeping similar parts but also changing. It's going from like science and building things to science, building things, advice, gaming, challenges, things like that. It's going to be all over the place. So check out this video if you like it. Continue to stay subscribed. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're starting to gear it more towards men. And you know, honestly, it's kind of open to everyone. Like games, stories, challenges, open to everyone. This part specifically, the advice, probably going to gear a little bit more towards men specifically. But anyways, it's hard being a young guy out there right now. And it's hard for everyone in their own ways. But especially in the romance department. Once you've kind of like got something stable and you're good to go, life is good. When you've had a long-term relationship, I have been engaged slash dating my fiance for 5-6 years now. Eventually you just get to the point where you're a good partner, you try and do what's right, and you have a good life, you have a good relationship, it's super fulfilling. But what do you do when you're not at that point? When you're in high school, when you're in college, when you're in junior high and you're trying to figure out who likes you, you want to impress them, you want to be yourself, you don't want to just be like changing yourself for someone all the time, you don't want to come across as too aggressive when you're talking to girls, you don't want to come across as too passive, and it's a really hard line to walk. I know personally, I always struggle with that, fortunately, not to be arrogant at all, but I've always been a fairly good-looking and confident guy, and the fact that I was kind of afraid of being too aggressive with girls ended up being okay because they'd come on to me more or less. That made things easier, but that's not always good advice. Sometimes it's not going to happen. I would spend years single, which I think it's good to be able to do that, to be able to be happy by yourself. But if people weren't approaching me, for the most part, it wasn't going to happen. So every once in a while, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to be able to tell when a girl likes you. Otherwise, your pushes to get to know them better might come across as creepy or aggressive or anything like that. So how do you tell if a girl actually likes you? And the answer is, unfortunately, not cut and dry at all, because everyone's different, right? And so I remember I was in high school and there might be people who they're just not very outwardly expressive. That's hard to read. If you're an extrovert, you're talking to introverts, good luck, honestly. I mean, it's a lot harder to get a signal. So one, you have to kind of start thinking about what are they like around other people in the general population. You know, if this person's rather introverted, they don't really talk to people, they don't really touch people on the shoulders a whole lot, they kind of stay by themselves, but they're talking to you, they're touching your shoulder, good signs, right? If they're super extroverted, also hard to tell, right? If you're used to reading extroverts and you think this person likes me because they're talking to me and touching me, there are really flirtatious people out there who mean absolutely nothing by it. It's hard to tell, and it's hard to make those moves. And so in those situations, you do, once again, have to kind of say, how are they treating everyone else? And am I being treated any differently than that? And if the answer is no, still yet again, you don't know that. I remember there's this one girl in high school. I did theater in high school. She was a very flirtatious person. I was in theater. There's a lot of flirtatious and friendly and outgoing people in theater. She was perhaps in a standard deviation above that. She was very friendly and flirtatious. And a bunch of guys took that as her being into them. And they'd be like, I'm interested in this person. And it got to the point where enough people had said that and kind of gone after it, where you had to go like, hold on, man. I don't think this is a good idea for you to go for that. I wish I could tell you that ended that way. I found out years later that she was into me. But I was actually giving the advice like, hey, I know she's cute. I know she talks to you. I know she seems super friendly and flirtatious, but that doesn't mean anything. But sometimes it does. The best advice, obviously, this is super confusing. It's very difficult to tell if a girl likes you, or if you're a girl watching this, hey, difficult to tell if a guy likes you, right? Sometimes we're friendly, sometimes we're not. It's very difficult to tell. Everyone communicates differently. Best thing you can do, be honest with them. That's it. That's the whole thing you can do. You can kind of be flirty back, see if they're into it, and be ready to back off if they don't seem into it. But the best thing you can do to not be aggressive, to not be overly forward, is to be friendly, build up something so you feel like you're friends, right? If you're spending a long period of time around these people, you can feel like you're friends, feel like things are going well. And at that point, hopefully you've established some rapport and you can say like, you know, I've enjoyed spending time around you. Do you want to spend time around me? Like, can we go do a thing together, just the two of us? And I mean, the best way to do this is to not play games. She will tell you if she's interested or not, and that's the best way to figure out, rather than just guessing, playing games, trying to like touch someone's elbow or hand or whatever pickup people do. This kind of nonsense and can come across as aggressive if you're not confident that they like you, and if they don't like you back, that can come across as aggressive. Words generally not the most aggressive thing. So the best thing you can do is be friendly, establish a rapport, and if things are going well, if you enjoy their company, just be honest and come out and ask them. For me, again, a little bit of a hypocrite on that. I met my current fiance while working at Disney. And eventually she, you know, we were friends, things were going well. She would we'd be watching a movie, she'd try and move a little bit closer to me and I'd move away and I'd be like, I'm so afraid that I'm gonna make her feel uncomfortable. Eventually she buys me a pizza and says like, I'm coming over, I bought pizza. I'm like, well, obviously she's not uncomfortable. If she likes me, she wants to spend time around me. And so if you're a girl watching this, other thing you can do, hey, be forward. I think things are changing. Guys are okay with that for the most part nowadays. So go ahead and be forward, guys. Just be clear, just ask. That's the best thing you can do to not be aggressive. I hope that helps. Hopefully we're gonna have more advice like this weekly to help you better make it through the turmoils in life. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Went to the store the other day. The woman in front of me couldn't pay. I didn't have much, but I dropped a couple bucks. I try to change the world, there's gotta be a way. I got big dreams, doing what I can. Gonna build something big and watch it stand up for the little guy. Give it another try. Try to change the world, gotta be a better man.